Hey everybody, we're going to be studying Romans 10, verses 5 through the end of the chapter, verse 21, as we continue in this section of Romans 9 through 11, which deals with the Jews and the Gentiles, the composition of the church, and how to become a part of God's people, how to become right with God, or to use that term that Apostle Paul uses, how to be justified, how to be accepted, how to be right in God's eyes, so that would affect how we see ourselves and how we see other people. And today's theme, I want to just capture with this one question: how does the average person find God? How does the average person find God? This passage deals with that subject in a few different ways. And if we're looking at the Jewish people, we know that God came down to them and revealed himself through the law and the covenant and all those things we've been looking at. But what about the average person outside of Israel? How are they to find God? Well, Paul describes, number one, in this text, a distance between where we think God is and where we think the bar that he has set is so high. Maybe that standard seems so far away. And Paul answers that question and says, actually, no, the word of God and the salvation he has for his people is very near. You don't have to ascend, climb a ladder or stairway to heaven to go to the highest mountaintop to find God, like some of the prophets or the philosophers or the holy people of days past have done. You don't have to go across the world on a pilgrimage to find God. You don't also have to descend to the depths, to the lowest places to find God. Paul says the word of God is near you. But what about those people, the average person who you might think, well, not everyone's near a Christian community, a church, or maybe not everyone has access in the same ways to that message of the gospel. Well, Paul addresses that as well. He says, well, the average person out there in the far-flung reaches of the world also has hope. And Paul outlines a progression of what about people who have never heard the gospel? What about people that are living in remote places? He has something to say about that too as well. We'll look at that answer. But essentially, Paul is saying no one needs to have shame or fear that they cannot attain the salvation that God is offering, because it's near to them, it's being brought to them. And I thank God that we have access to the scriptures. I thank God that we have access to Zoom Bible studies like we're doing, to YouTube videos where we can reach out and connect with each other. And truly, as this passage says, faith comes by hearing the word of God, and we are hearing it together, we are studying it together, and I pray that we will be able to dig deeper into that important question. How does the average person find God? He says at the end of the text, I was found by those who did not even seek me. I revealed myself to those who did not even ask for me. And he's quoting the prophet again, saying that all day long God holds his hands out to people and offers himself to those who aren't even seeking him. So I thank him for that sort of grace that pursues us, and I pray that we would just drive deeper into it, dig deeper into it, and find the sweetness of it as we study together this week in Romans 10. Grace and peace to you.